Samant, former student union president at Oxford University. My first question, though, is to Saira Shah Halim, activist. Why? Why the desperation to give a caste spin where there is none? Saira Shah Halim.
Okay. So, Padmaja, thankfully, this accusation has not come from the Muslims or it's not come from the Americans. It's come from the lower caste people who were working with Cisco, the tech giant. And here, let me also iterate once. The case against the tech giant has not been dismissed. The the case has been dismissed as far as the individuals are concerned. However, the litigation against the Silicon Valley giant is still on. Now, let us not be in denial that caste system does not exist in India. It does exist. We look at caste discrimination everywhere.
So let's talk about specifics, please. Let's not have a wide-ranging debate about historical truths, etc. Let's talk very specifically about issues and the case at hand. Now, as far as this Cisco case is concerned, I am talking about the two individuals who were told that because you are upper caste Brahmin, you are against this one man. They have said very clearly, one of that man on record has said in court, I am not even a practicing Hindu for the last decade and a half. But somehow his actions are dictated by his caste, even if he doesn't believe in his caste or is not even a practicing Hindu. Why?
So all right. So Padmaja, here from India, it will be very difficult to get into the modalities and details of the case because here we don't exactly know what transpired. But coming back to the larger debate, if you ask me whether caste hegemony exists in India, definitely it does. We have seen how the Thakurs, some of them, not all, some of them, and the higher caste, the way they behave towards the Dalits.
Okay, so you don't want to talk about Cisco because sitting in India you don't know facts.
Near the well.
As a matter
of... Let us not be delusional there because the caste hegemony does exist. However, as far as the Cisco case is concerned, we are sitting too far off in India to actually determine what exactly transpired.
So before I bring in Rashmi Samant, actually let me bring you something closer to home. What happened to Darshan Solanki? The ISA SFI went and protested, made this into a Brahmin versus Dalit issue. And now it turns out that a man called Iqbal Khatri, a boy called Iqbal Khatri, is the person who had threatened Darshan Solanki. Now what? Why was that suicide at IIT Bombay spun as some kind of upper caste Hindu versus lower caste Dalit student? Saira Shah Halim? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what is closer to home.
Okay. Yeah, can you repeat? Because I thought the question is to the other.
My question is that in IIT Bombay, a young boy commits suicide and suddenly his caste is used in order to say, oh look, IIT Bombay, in addition to India, IIT Bombay is also casteist and students are being made to kill themselves because they are Dalit. Now it turns out that a boy named Iqbal Khatri threatened him. Now what? What was the hurry to make this into a caste issue?
Have we forgotten the Rohit Vemula case? He definitely faced caste discrimination. We have seen what kind of atrocities were faced. When there was this rape, in UP.
Why do you not talk about any specifics but always keep shifting goalposts? I talked about Cisco, you said I don't know the facts. I am talking about Darshan Solanki, you want to go back to Rohit Vemula. Talk about Darshan Solanki. I am telling you that the ISA staged a protest saying that upper castes are killing Dalit students and Darshan Solanki is one of them. How did you reach the conclusion that he was killed for being a Dalit except that it suited your politics? But let me bring in Rashmi Samant. Can you deny the larger caste reality?
Just because we come from a high caste and we look down upon the low caste and we completely...
I feel that there's a weaponization of, constructs in order to stereotype and vilify a particular community. And you can see it from examples of different cases that this kind of weaponization is leading to reverse discrimination, especially in regions like the United States and, and across, where the Hindu community is a micro minority. The fallout of the caste discrimination case has been that the two people in question have been incredibly vilified, whilst the identity of the person making these allegations, which are now proven to be, false, are, protected. He didn't have to pay a single penny for the, for the litigation. It was covered by the government, whilst the Hindu side had to, actually shell out a lot of money to, even prove their innocence through 3 years of media vilification, public trial, shaming and naming all across social media, and in society. So here you see that constructs are now being weaponized to cause reverse discrimination, and certain existing theories are being reinforced to say that reverse discrimination doesn't exist. Shifting of goalposts happens. But I think what happened to the two people in the United States, what they went through is also equally discriminatory.
Yeah.
Just because their origins are something other than expected origins, you can't dismiss the fact that they were discriminated. What we see is that their suffering is being completely dismissed. It's being completely overseen, what they went through, the trauma that they went through, and the trauma that others facing similar charges will go through in the United States if we don't.
Saira Shah Halim, what about the discrimination faced by Sundar, Iyer and Ramana Kompella? These men will now be called casteist for the rest of their lives. For the rest of their lives.
Let me tell you, are we going to dismiss the idea that this lawsuit has been historic as far as America is concerned, because it's recognized that caste discrimination is practiced in America?
How do you know?
It did attract widespread media attention. And
exactly the point, man. That's something that didn't exist got widespread attention.
We need to recognize
exactly, and it's managed to, it's managed to stereotype an entire community in the United States. There are counties which are actually now considering caste discrimination laws because of a case which did not exist. This is landmark in the sense that it is causing a witch hunt for a non-existent problem. Do you not see the problem? Do you not see the sufferings of, these techies as problematic? Don't you see the larger snowballing effect it's going to have as problematic? It is extremely problematic that a non-existing problem is being created as a massive issue on the basis of which.
Okay, first of all, Saira Shah Halim, you cannot generalize and say, oh, let's laud this case, even if factually incorrect, because it has shone a light on a problem that doesn't exist. You realize how problematic it is because you have created an issue which doesn't exist, at least in the present case. It doesn't exist. In the present case, it did not exist. And also somebody has to answer that if two of the defendants for the rest of their life have to be branded casteist, isn't that a discrimination that they are facing? For what joy? Because they belong to a particular caste. Think about that. Thanks very much, both ladies, for having joined me on The Nation Wants to Know. That's it then from me on this show. But